Hello everybody, it's Jess here with Blessed Jess. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm almost done.
I thought I would show you guys how I make my homemade pizza dough. I'm actually doing calzones today, so this is going to be how I make my calzones. This recipe is from my Dining on a Dime cookbook. This is like the easiest recipe. It's really good. It's also on their website, so I will have that link down below. Let me show you everything you're going to need. I don't do any of the optional things. I just do a plain, like they have seasonings you can mix in and stuff like that. I'm just doing a plain one so I can add my own toppings. So you're going to need 2.5 to 3 cups of regular all-purpose flour. You're going to need a tablespoon of sugar. You're going to need a tablespoon or 1 package of yeast. I buy a huge bag of it and put it in my freezer and then refill this little thing. It's way cheaper like that. If I can remember, I'll link the one I got down below on Amazon. It comes out way cheaper that way. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil or any kind of oil, but I liked olive oil. And then you're going to need a teaspoon of salt. So what we're going to do is we're going to dissolve our yeast in a cup of very warm water. It needs to be warm enough where it feels really warm on your finger when you put it in. However, it doesn't hurt. Like you can leave your finger in the thing of water, or 120 degrees if you have a thermometer. So we're going to dissolve the yeast, and then we're going to add our ingredients. So I'm going to get going. I'll speed it up for you guys, and then we're going to get to adding in the flour and kneading it and all that. Okay, so real quick, I have my water. It's warm, but it's not too hot. And I'm going to add, I love you too. Sorry for the noise. You guys know how it is around here. I'm going to add my tablespoon of yeast. And I'm going to let this kind of proof. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and add my sugar while it's proofing. You don't have, this is instant yeast, so you don't have to wait for it to proof. However, it just seems to work out a little better if I do. And that way you can make sure your yeast is good. So I'm going to go ahead and add my tablespoon of sugar in there with it. Sugar really helps yeast get going even faster. If you don't work with yeast a lot, I was always a little bit afraid of it, but it's super easy. Just don't want to add salt in while you're trying to proof your yeast because salt just will kill your yeast. So I'm just going to stir this around, let it sit for a minute, make sure it looks like it's, foaming and all of that. And then we're going to get going on our recipe, and I'm going to show you guys in fast forward motion. Okay guys, so I'm pretty sure I lost the footage of what my yeast looked like after it proofed, but basically it just gets a little foamy. So then I started mixing in flour. Here I'd already mixed in a little bit. I just like to add it, I add like a cup and then I add like half a cup at a time, and you're just looking for the dough to not feel sticky. It should come together and not be like wet filling. So I just add a little bit at a time here and just kind of mix it in. I switched to using my hands and I just mix it in, sprinkle it in, mix it in, and then we're going to get to kneading it. Okay, so it's still a little bit sticky, so I'm adding even more flour and just working it in. And then I like to knead in the bowl, so you can see I'm kneading it. I just kind of push down, fold over, push down, fold over, push down. If it feels sticky, I add a little more flour. Honestly, this is something you just kind of have to feel and practice at. It's really hard to give direction, but basically you're just going to pour flour, knead, just basically it's like a folding over motion, and I like to do it right in the bowl like I said so that you don't have a mess everywhere. So I did knead this for about 10 minutes or so until it comes together in a nice smooth ball. Okay guys, so I've got it all mixed together. I kneaded it in about 10 minutes. I love you too. Lucy has to say that every time I start video. So I did add a little more dough than 3 cups, I think. I just keep adding it until it's not sticky. This is really hard to show you because it's just like a feeling. You just have to feel it and practice. Not that I'm the best at it, but I have my dough ball here. And so what I'm going to do is spray the top, some cooking spray. Kind of rub it around. Then I'm going to flip it over so it doesn't stick on the bottom, and then I'm going to spray the top, and I'm going to cover it loosely with a towel from the kitchen, And I'm just going to let it rise. It says to rise until doubled, and then you can bake it from there. I'm going to let it rise and then stick it in the fridge because I'm not going to make these till tonight. It's right at noon right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the dough ready. You can even freeze it. After you let this rise, you can even freeze it and then use it another time. But anyway, just makes it easier. So I'm going to let this rise. I'll show you what it looks like when it's ready. And it's doubled. Okay, everybody, so let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to tell you a little trick. There's not a whole lot of warm spaces in my house to let bread rise or dough rise. So what I do is I just turn the oven light on my oven. You can even start your oven for like a minute and then turn it off, so just it's a little bit warm. I just turn my oven light on and it rises really good. So you can tell how much this has risen. Definitely doubled, if not a little more than doubled. So I'm going to kind of punch it down a little bit, and then I'm going to just wrap it in some plastic wrap. And then this afternoon, right before we go to church, I'm actually going to take these to church so David can, or take David one to church. It's a perfect portable little dinner, these little calzones. So, or I'll see. He might want to just wait till after church. We'll see. But I will show you how I roll these out and stuff them with cheese and pepperoni and sauce and make delicious calzones. So I just want to show you how good the bread rose. Hello, everybody. So it's actually time to make the calzones. I was going to do the kids a pizza with some of this dough because the book says this will make 2 large pizzas. I don't think they're large. They're like medium-sized thin crust. If you want them a little thicker, obviously you're going to use more dough. So, but Nate ended up choosing something else tonight instead of pizza. We're trying to let him work on some of his speech goals, which is choosing things using I want. And so he asked for a cheeseburger. So I'm not going to make them pizza. So I am going to just divide this into 4 sections. And then I'm going to just roll it out and fill it with some pizza sauce, some cheese, and some pepperoni. And then we're going to bake them in the oven at 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. Put a little bit of melted butter on top, and they are going to be dinner. So I'm going to show you the process, and then I'll show you what they look like when they are done. Might need to use a little bit of flour when I'm rolling these out too.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it through the gates. Just have to wait. You whisper to me, there's no maybe. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all.
Okay, guys, so I got all my calzones out, rolled out, and made 4 really big calzones. I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to this, and so if you want to be, you want to make sure all of your edges are really good. I try my best, but we might have some that kind of pop open. Hopefully not. This one's a little bit messy, but it's going to taste good. All that's in mine is mozzarella cheese and turkey pepperoni and pizza sauce. You could do anything with this. You could make like sandwiches, like do like turkey and cheese, or you could do like barbecue chicken and cheese. That would be really good. Any kind of veggie, pizza, anything. Just cheese only, and do like a bunch of different kinds. You know, this is just a basic how-to, and then you guys could do whatever you want. So I cut little slits just so hopefully it won't pop open too much. And so I'm going to bake these off. I'll definitely show you how it turns out, and like I said, they recommend rubbing a little bit of butter on them when they come out, and that's going to keep them nice and soft. I'm definitely going to do that since I'm taking these to David. I'm taking him one for dinner, so I want it to be really soft and not get so hard. So this dough is so nice to work with. It is just soft and just perfect. So I'll show you what it looks like coming out of the oven. Okay, you guys, so here is the final product. Okay, well, the camera angle's terrible. So these things are huge. I mean, like, they're probably like 2 servings. But they just smell so good. They look so good. This is like such a cheap recipe. Seriously, the dough is like pennies to make. And then just whatever ingredients you want. So I'm just so excited to eat these. I hope you guys liked this recipe. If you did, Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Go check out the recipe from Living on a Dime down below. Be sure to subscribe. I post new videos every single day and lots more recipes coming. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you like these, if you want to try them, what you would put on the inside, all of that. And we'll see you guys again next time. Bye, everybody.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday